And joining us now, we've got Michael Hardaway, former communications director for Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, and Brendan Buck, MSNBC political analyst and former press secretary to House Speaker John Boehner. Michael, I want to go back to some of those recent ICE arrests. The mayor of Newark was detained for several hours for what they're calling trespassing at this new federal immigration detention center. There was also this arrest of a woman in Massachusetts where the agents pinned her teenage daughter to the ground during that, I don't know if we would call them arrests or whatever we're calling them, picking her up. How do most Americans feel about these incidents in the context of President Trump's immigration agenda?
This is a horror show. Now, remember, this is a man who promised during his campaign to deport 12 million people. And so I don't know if their plan to deport all of these people is to one by one rip them out of the arms of their parents and their children. I don't think that's going to work. What needs to actually happen is a comprehensive immigration bill similar to the bipartisan effort that Donald Trump killed last year. I think that would address this. I think these one by ones and arresting mayors, obviously, who have done nothing, and arresting others makes absolutely no sense. But it's really representative of Donald Trump's strategy, which is to operate this country the same way he did Trump steaks, and that didn't turn out well.
And Brendan, beyond that, I'm wondering what you make of Trump advisor Stephen Miller saying they're looking at suspending habeas corpus, which would deny any due process for migrants. You know, you're seeing some pushback on that, even from some very unlikely places, Joe Rogan among them. Could the president be losing support on the immigration front if people believe he's overreaching here?
Yeah, potentially. Look, I mean, they're not going to let something like the Constitution get in the way of their immigration policy. And I think we should appreciate that there are people in the White House, including the president, who have very extreme views on what they should be doing to reduce the population of immigrants in this country that is well outside of the mainstream. I think there is mainstream support for things like border security and deporting people who shouldn't be here when they've certainly broken laws, and they talk about violent criminals. But obviously they're going well beyond that in a way that is instilling a lot of fear. Now, they are basing all of this idea on the fact that the Constitution talks about you can suspend habeas corpus if the country is under invasion, and they're trying to claim that the immigration situation we have in here is akin to an invasion. And courts have time and time again ruled that that is just doesn't hold up and is not what's actually going on here. And so I imagine this will be defeated. What's most shocking to me is, look, habeas corpus has been suspended a few times in our nation's history, but it is viewed as perhaps some of the most shameful episodes in our history. And the fact that they don't appreciate that and are willing to go down that road to pursue this tells me they certainly don't respect our people's rights and our Constitution, and are a lot, I guess I should say, out of the mainstream of what people are looking for.